Hello and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us again on this Friday afternoon, this very special Shabbat. This is the Shabbat in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, known as Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat of return. And as all of us are returning to synagogue, to our various congregations to observe the holiday, let us also find an opportunity to return to the togetherness that we found in the days and months after the 9/11 attacks. And of course, this being the 20th anniversary this weekend coinciding with the high holidays, it's a particularly solemn and meaningful time. Some people liken the 9/11 attacks to a modern day Pearl Harbor, which is understandable, but is also somewhat inaccurate. I see it more as a similarity to the Kennedy assassination in that after it happened, the country changed irreparably. In the wake of the Pearl Harbor attack 4 years later, we had the vindication of defeating Nazi Germany, the fascism of Imperial Japan, and Mussolini's Italy. We were able to triumphantly join together with other Americans and other allies in celebration of this victory of freedom and justice over those terrible regimes. But in the wake of 9/11, while we had vindication in the form of the ultimate capture or destruction, assassination of Osama bin Laden, we never really had a sense that the war on terror or those who had attacked us were ever brought to justice. It ended up being an ongoing struggle, an ongoing battle to continue to confront ever more creative terrorist forces around the world. But there's a special lesson to be learned from 9/11, at least in my opinion. I remember the days after when, again, as I mentioned before, we came together as Americans. We embraced, regardless of our political affiliations. And all of this was really in the wake of the highly contested 2000 election, which divided the country in a pretty severe way at the time. And the days following 9/11 were an opportunity for us to heal as a nation. Many of us flew flags in front of our homes for what might have been the first time, and we felt truly united as Americans. But let us take this opportunity now in the 20th anniversary of the attack to remember those days, to remember not only those who were lost, but the legacy of the 9/11 attacks, in that we should seek to find ways to remember that we are all Americans, regardless of our political affiliation or ethnicities, religions, genders, and all of the other things that have divided us in recent times. In fact, this isn't just a call to do that. It's really a necessity at this point. If we want the country to proceed on a path of success, we have to come together. And it's often been said that a house divided cannot stand, and that certainly seems to be the case. So let us take this time, particularly over these high holidays and in the during this 20th anniversary of those tragic, horrific attacks on 9/11, to renew our commitment to one another, both as Americans and as members of the Jewish community, as one another as our global Jewish family, Am Echad, one people. And just as our country has been divided, too often have we as the Jewish people been divided. So my message for this high holiday Shabbat Shuvah Fedmail greeting is one of unity. Unity for our local Central Mass family, our global Jewish family, and all Americans. That's particularly important, more important now than ever. Each week during Fedmail, I also announce different programs coming up. This week, I'll just point out that you can scroll down through Fedmail, see all of the flyers. There are a number of terrific things taking place coming up in over the next few days. And I also want to announce that Jewish Federation's annual meeting is scheduled virtually, planned virtually as of now, for Tuesday evening, October 5th at 7:30 p.m. We are pleased to announce that Ben Lyons has accepted nomination for the presidency. We thank Jonathan Siegel for his terrific work leading our board of directors for 2 consecutive terms through the difficulties of the pandemic and other challenges and opportunities that arose during that time. So we look forward to the annual meeting on October 5th. And of course, also the Jewish Heritage Day with the Woo Sox is scheduled for September 23rd. That falling during the Sukkot holiday, we plan to have a sukkah on site, which should really make it for a special night. And I want to clarify that while it is Jewish Heritage Night, the ball club has advised that they will be celebrating several other programs at the time. This being the end of the baseball season for them, it was difficult to find a day that would work with the Jewish holiday calendar and with the team's calendar. So all of that aside, again, take a look at the upcoming events. We've got some things going on with PJ Library, pre-Sukkot at BI, a Jewish Pirates of the Caribbean event taking place in the coming days. Jewish Healthcare Center has their golf tournament and a lot of other great stuff, which is consistent with the way our community continues to be vibrant and to work well with one another. With that, I want to again wish you a Shabbat Shalom, particularly on this Shabbos, as I mentioned before. Gemar Chatima Tova. May you be inscribed in the book of life, and may this coming year be a year of joy, happiness, goodness, and let us all reach our potential. Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.